Okay, this is like part two because I turned the camera off by accident. I'm working this general area. I happen to know that there was a flood here recently, a couple of floods. The day I left North Carolina last time, there was a pretty good flood, and I cleaned out that again. I can't get to the bottom of it. There's a crack in between those other two pieces of bedrock that I can't get it. So anyway, I moved down here. I've been doing test pans and digging, and I moved a piece of bedrock there. It wasn't attached to anything, but I got down in there a good 2 foot, and there's a bed of clay down in there. That's a deep hole. It's a bed of clay. There was like a berm here for years that probably stopped a lot of things from getting past it. So this pan here is a result of that, and I'm getting ready to pan it down. There's a lot of clay in it, and I guess I can set you up and let you watch me pan this out. Maybe it's going to be something worthwhile in it. Let's see what happens. I gotta really mix this around because of that clay. It feels like there's a lot of nice heavies in it. You can tell when you run your hand through the material. There's a lot of material in this pan. I was hoping I'd be able to run a sluice out here today. That's not going to happen. But I might, depending on time, stop one of the other places I know nearby where I can. So I got another sluice at Carolina Prospectors yesterday. Stopped there on the way in. And by the way, I got up at 10 minutes to 9 the day before yesterday. I worked 11 to 7. Then I packed and I drove down here to North Carolina. Stopped by Statesville to the Carolina Prospector because I wanted to get some Christmas gifts and some other things. And then drove in. And that's why I got up late today, because I was exhausted. So anyway, important thing is I'm out here. So a little bit of sunshine, a little cool. Water's cold. I left my gloves at the truck. I'll survive. Look at this piece of bedrock too. And dug under it, but I didn't get anything but float sand. I mean, I was panning it and most of the material was just washing right out, so. Okay, let's see what's in this thing. Some of these bigger stones out, leaves. Let's see what we can find out about this. Eyeballs on. I broke up a bunch of clay. Still got a lot of material in this thing. I'm going to have to pan it down some more just to make sure, but I just want to see what kind of stuff I get out of it. Got black sand. I haven't seen, you don't see a lot of black sand in this particular area. Not like Rock Bottom Creek. That clay's trying to re-solidify here. I'm going to have to pan this down some more. Get more of these bigger stones out. All right, now I expect there's going to be more than showing in there, so I'm going to pan it down a little bit more, get rid of some of this stuff, so I can see it better. Okay, I'll turn it so I can get the sun shining in it. I'll turn it so you can still see it. I can set it out without the camera falling over. This is the kind of thing I love to do, but it's nice to be able to share it with somebody. And there's gold in here. I see one speck anyhow. I've been getting like specks out of all but one pan so far. I've done about 6 or 7. There is one speck there. I don't know if you can see it or not. There it is. Let me see if I get my thumb on top around it there. Oh, there you go. So anyhow, I'm going to pause you, pan this out the rest of the way. And I'll bring you back on when I got something else to show you. Okay, so I took another pan out of there because I just can't believe that a deep hole like that, it's a natural trap if you look at the terrain here and the way this place flows. And I've gotten good gold out of that upstream of that bedrock and downstream and in that hole and in here. Well, I can't believe that a hole that deep with clay at the bottom hasn't caught some clay. So I did another pan and I got a higher speck count, meaning 4 or 5 specks. So I'm going to go ahead and get my crevice tools down in there because I can't get much more out of there with the shovel. There's more bedrock. And I'm going to do another pan. And I'll let you watch me get the material because that's something you guys almost never get to see me do. So let me see if I can set you up somewhere half decent. And you don't need to watch me, you want to see how I get the material. So first thing I'm going to do is try to clean out whatever I can with the shovel, including rocks that are not strictly attached to the bedrock. So there's a little bit of clay there. I don't think I'm going to get much more out of here with the shovel. But you'll be able to see here in a minute just how deep I can get with this. And I'm moving that, but it's not coming out of there. I know it's got to be probably, besides being covered up with other stones, probably a couple 100 pounds. There. Now see how deep that's going? Once I get down in there, there's not much more I can do because I can't pull the material out. Weight of the rocks and whether or not the bedrock are just going to prevent me from pulling that out. That doesn't mean I can't get it. Give you an idea of what is coming out. That's clay, gritty clay. And there's somebody that'll tell you, some people that'll tell you, that when it's gritty, well, you don't ignore it. If it's just plain clay, thick, solid clay, with no grit in it, that's not worth messing with. So, I'm going to get to work on this. That hole's pretty deep. I'm hoping I'm not going to get soaked doing this. Damn sure not summertime. There we go. Oh. Got me wishing I'd get down in there with on my hands and knees. But it's just the wrong time of the year to be kneeling in a mud puddle doing that. So, let's see what I can do here. All right, I don't know how much is that it's in there, but I'm going to pan this out just so we can see what's in it. I'm not going to keep digging down to Wuhan just to see what's in the bottom of that hole. So I'll bring you around, then I'll bring the pan around. Some of this clay has nothing in it at all. There's no texture. So I'm not even going to pan that out. When you hit clay, you skim the top. You start hitting clay with no grit in it. Pass it by. When you're digging in water, you got to know one thing. Even if you're freeing gold up, it's going to drop. It's going to drop to the bottom, which is why a lot of people don't bother digging in water. But if you're artful about how you clean out a hole, you can get clay. You can get gold. So. If there's gold in it, I might add. As far as working the clay, mix it with gravel and get it agitated enough, and you can work it. Now this stuff feels really heavy, which is a plus. This material is really stiff in the pan. That's a good sign for any prospector. So I don't know if you're looking at this properly. I'll try to set it so you can. Hopefully that won't fall over. Get a lot of that chocolate milk material rinsed out of here. And I'm going to get some clear water in this pan. That looks a lot better. Now, get some of these bigger stones out. A lot of black sand in this pan, which is not usual at all for this area. Like I said, this is not Rock Bottom Creek. I was out Rock Bottom Creek with Tony from Random Adventures 2.0, and we ran the sluice 2 times, and we came away with probably about 6 pounds of black sand. So that tells you what to expect at Rock Bottom Creek. So let me get a little bit more of the stuff out of this pan. Okay, let's see if we can spin this around here. Without losing the phone. You can see just by the color of it that there's a ton more black sand than in my last couple pans. I need to get some more of these big stones out. get some more out of it. Some clear water. Tilt you up a little bit. Oh, look at that. Look at that. All right. That's what I like to see. Whether it's North Carolina, Arizona, California, whatever. That's a nice flake. Look at that. That's a nice flake. I'll take that all day long. And I'm going to go ahead and pan this down the rest of the way, show that to you. I think I'm going to pause you or end up doing a part 2 or a part 3 because I want to get my sluice. I want to get my sluice in action. I've got a new sluice and I want to try it out. So, you know, you could never have too many sluices or too many pans, but that's a nice piece of gold. I made all those specs worthwhile, believe it. That's a nice piece of gold. Wow. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's a nice piece of gold. I actually picked it right out of there. That's nice. I'm going to pan this back down some more. Don't think I'm going to do a Cons bucket from this area. It's just too rough to get enough decent material to make you think you're going to have a lot of specs in it. So that's why I think I'm going to head somewhere where I can set up my sluice. But I got to get through this one more time after seeing that. That's what trying your best to get to the bottom of a crevice or a deep hole will get you. Something that you're not used to seeing in an area. And I didn't see anything else in there. That's the other part. Usually when you find bigger pieces of gold, you don't find a bunch of smalls. I don't know why. And I said usually, not always. But as much as I like that, I'm going to pack this up and try to get somewhere where I can set up my sluice, and we'll see you the next time we see you, whether that's with the sluice or tomorrow at Benzo's Winter Digs. So it's a beautiful place. This is like November 19th. It's like 60 degrees out here. And I just wish I could spend more time here. So, like I said, I'm going to go somewhere where I can set up the sluice, and I'll make another video when I get there.